Have you heard of the MiG-41? It's a name that sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. A Russian sixth-generation interceptor supposedly capable of reaching speeds over Mach 4, flying on the edge of space, and even carrying anti-satellite missiles. Some call it the PAK DP, the Prospective Air Complex for Long-Range Interception. It's been touted as the successor to the legendary MiG-41 Foxhound, one of the fastest combat jets ever built. But here's the billion-dollar question. Is the MiG-41 a genuine game-changing superweapon that will redefine air combat? Or is it just a high-tech ghost story? A digital mirage designed to project power that Russia may not actually possess? Today, we're going to peel back the layers of secrecy, speculation, and propaganda to uncover the truth behind Russia's most mysterious aviation project. To understand the MiG-41, we first have to look at its predecessor, the MiG-31. This thing is an absolute beast. Developed in the Soviet era, its job was simple: fly incredibly fast and high to intercept American bombers and spy planes like the SR-71 Blackbird before they could reach Soviet territory. The MiG-31 can hit Mach 2.8 at high altitude and carries massive long-range missiles. It's a specialized tool for a very specific job: defending Russia's immense, sprawling borders. For decades, it has been the backbone of Russia's air defense. But these airframes are getting old. Many were built in the 1980s, and even with upgrades, there's a limit to how long they can serve. This is where the idea of the MiG-41 comes in. Russia needs a replacement, and they're not just looking for a simple upgrade. They're aiming for a quantum leap. So what are the claims about the MiG-41? The specs that have been floated around are nothing short of breathtaking. We're talking about a top speed between Mach 4 and Mach 4.3. To put that in perspective, that's over 5,000 kilometers per hour. It would be one of the fastest air-breathing jets ever conceived. It's also said to have a service ceiling that pushes into the near-space environment, allowing it to intercept hypersonic missiles and even low-orbit satellites. The plan is for it to be armed with a new generation of long-range hypersonic missiles, potentially the R-37M or something even more advanced. Some reports even mention directed energy weapons like lasers. And to top it all off, it's supposed to be stealthy, using advanced materials and a design that reduces its radar cross-section. There's even talk of an unmanned version that could be controlled remotely. It sounds like the ultimate interceptor, a true master of the sky. But let's pump the brakes for a second and inject a healthy dose of reality. Building an aircraft like this is monstrously difficult and astronomically expensive. Let's start with the engine. To get to Mach 4, you can't just use a standard turbojet. You need something far more advanced, likely a variable cycle engine or a ramjet, possibly a combination called a turbine-based combined cycle engine. This technology is at the absolute cutting edge. While Russia has a strong history in engine development, creating a reliable, mass-producible engine like this is a challenge that even the United States is grappling with for its own next-gen programs. We haven't seen any public evidence that Russia has cracked this particular nut. Then there's the heat. At Mach 4, the friction from the air would heat the aircraft's skin to extreme temperatures, requiring exotic, heat-resistant materials and sophisticated cooling systems. This isn't just an engineering challenge. It's a materials science nightmare. And what about the stealth characteristics? The MiG-31 is famously one of the least stealthy fighters out there. Its massive size and powerful radar make it light up on enemy screens like a Christmas tree. Designing a brand new, truly stealthy airframe from the ground up is an immense undertaking. Just look at the decades and hundreds of billions of dollars the US poured into the F-22 and F-35 programs. Russia's first attempt at a stealth fighter, the Su-57 Felon, has faced a very long and troubled development. It's still not in service in large numbers, and many Western analysts question its true stealth capabilities. So the idea that Russia could suddenly leapfrog generations of technology to produce a Mach 4 stealth interceptor seems, well, optimistic to say the least. This brings us to the economic and industrial reality. Modern Russia's economy is a fraction of the size of the old Soviet Union's. It's also been hit hard by years of sanctions. which have severely restricted its access to high-tech components like advanced microchips and composite materials. These are the very things you need to build a sixth-generation fighter. We've seen these supply chain issues impact their production of tanks, missiles, and even the Su-57. So where would the resources, the technology, and the specialized workforce come from to build a fleet of MiG-41s? The project was first announced years ago, with timelines suggesting a first flight around 2025 and entry into service by 2028. We are fast approaching those dates, and yet we have seen nothing. No prototypes, no spy shots of a new airframe, not even a leaked schematic. All we have are artist concepts and bold statements from officials. So, if it's unlikely to be built anytime soon, what's the point? Why keep talking about it? This is where we get into the realm of psychological warfare and strategic messaging. The MiG-41 might be more valuable as an idea than as a physical aircraft. By constantly talking about this unbeatable superweapon, Russia achieves several goals. First, it projects an image of technological parity with the West, especially the United States and its next-generation programs. It sends a message that says, "Don't count us out. We're still a major player in the aerospace game." Second, it forces potential adversaries to plan for a worst-case scenario. Military planners in the Pentagon have to at least consider the possibility, however remote, that the MiG-41 is real. This means they have to allocate resources and develop countermeasures, diverting attention and funds that could be used elsewhere. It's a classic move from the Cold War playbook: create a threatened being to keep your rival off balance. Third, it serves a domestic purpose. For the Russian public, the story of the MiG-41 is a source of national pride. It's a symbol of Russia's scientific genius and military might, a futuristic vision that harkens back to the glory days of Soviet aviation. In a time of economic hardship and international pressure, such stories can be a powerful tool for maintaining public morale. But could there be something more to it? Is it possible that a less ambitious, but still highly advanced, project is hiding behind the spectacular claims? Perhaps the real goal isn't a Mach 4 spaceplane, but a more realistic, heavily upgraded MiG-41 successor. Something that might incorporate some stealth features, better engines, and new avionics, but falls far short of the sci-fi dream. By setting the public expectation bar impossibly high with the MiG-41 concept, they can later unveil a more modest, but still capable, aircraft and present it as the fulfillment of that promise. Ultimately, the story of the MiG-41 is a fascinating case study in modern military affairs, where the line between reality and propaganda is often blurry. Based on the available evidence, the MiG-41, as described, a Mach 4 stealthy spacefaring interceptor, is almost certainly not going to be flying by 2028 or perhaps ever. The technical, economic, and industrial hurdles are just too high for Russia to overcome in its current state. It seems to function more as a paper tiger, a formidable-sounding project that exists primarily in press releases and computer-generated images. It's a last-ditch gamble not on the battlefield, but in the arena of global perception. A high-tech bluff designed to mask underlying weaknesses and project strength. But in the world of military aviation, bluffs can only get you so far. Eventually, you have to show your cards. And for the MiG-41, the deck seems to be empty. What do you think? Is the MiG-41 a brilliant piece of strategic deception, or is there a real superplane being built in secret? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content. See you next time.